Hello there, and welcome to another episode on Peter Herman Adventures. I was up here just 3 or 4 weeks ago reporting on a landslide into the Vedder River, and it happened again, this time in a much more dramatic fashion. You can probably see already over my shoulder the clay bank that's been collapsing into the river here for many years gave way and rerouted the river by a couple of 100 feet. There's where I'm standing right now. The river ran through here as well, but there used to be a whole other arm of the river, another side channel that went right to the far bank there behind me, where you can see it's all now just rubble. It's a huge portion of this bank collapsed into the river and now is being eroded by the river and carried downstream. This poses some difficulty for salmon fry and salmon eggs trying to survive in the gravel. It deposits sediments over top of those salmon eggs and makes it much harder for them to get enough oxygen and hatch out. I think, though, that that these fish have been dealing with this problem for many years, and to some extent it's mitigated by the fact that this silt stays suspended in the water column and doesn't settle out until the water really slows down, like in the canal. And there aren't really very many salmon that spawn down in that part of the river, so I think our fisheries will be okay. I'm gonna get a few more shots of this, but wow, this is so much bigger than I expected. I saw a couple of pictures online, and the wide-angle lens doesn't even really do it justice, but holy cow, there's a lot of material that came down here. Last time I was up here, I called it kind of a bank collapse. I think it's much more reasonable to call this a landslide. We are quite lucky, I think, that nobody was killed. There are, especially on a weekend, lots of anglers fishing up here. And wow, this must have been quite dramatic when it happened. I know I keep using the word dramatic, but it really is when you see it in person. We're talking about 300 or 400 yards of soil and dirt and rubble that's been just slid down and dumped into the river.